everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Oh yeah, guys. So, I have been doing some stuff off camera. Last time, we were starting to run out of food, so I went ahead and I harvested all of our crops over here, and I've replanted them. So, we have some carrots fully grown once again, and we have some potatoes grown, and I'm trying to walk using this mode, and I am failing at it. And we got our wheat crops growing once again. So I turned all the wheat into bread, and I was like, that's probably not a smart idea because we want to get some animal farms going, and now I gotta wait for all this wheat to grow. So what I did is I went over to our desert village this direction, and I harvested all their crops. Apparently that village is within the loaded chunks all of the time, so all of those crops are grown. Then I went over to our little extreme hills area over here, which people want me to go explore. I really want to go check it out. But yeah, I went over this way to our other village, and yeah, their crops were pretty much grown too. So I went ahead and I harvested them. Now, one thing I'm kind of noticing, let's take a bath. One thing I'm kind of noticing is that village over this direction, over there. Let's get out of this mode. I'm having a hard time walking around. And hit it a couple more times. Okay, so yeah, that village that's over here is pretty close to where our branch mine goes. Because our branch mine, we go down our stairs here, right? And it goes down, I don't know, about 30 blocks this way till we get to where we mine at. And then our tunnel extends way over here. So yeah, I went over and I checked out that village over there, and it looked like a lot of the doors were missing. So that's something we're going to have to worry about. That village over there needs to be protected. We need to light it up. We need to get fences around it. We need to do all of that stuff, because if I'm going to be AFKing, at our skeleton spawner, which happens to be very close to that village over there, yeah, we're going to have all of our villagers killed by zombies. So that's something we definitely have to worry about. So before we do a lot of excessive AFK skeleton farming, we need to go take care of that village. But today, before we get any of that stuff done, there's a few more things I want to do. We want to get our enchanting set up, and in order to do that, we have to make books. Books require leather. We have all of the sugarcane we need right now. One of these chests, yeah, we have all the sugarcane we need to make the paper for those books. But yeah, we need to get leather. So I'm thinking today we're going to set up a place to bring cows to, and we're gonna breed them. So another thing, now that I turned all my wheat into bread, and I thought that probably wasn't a good idea, I did go and collect the wheat from these other two villages, so we do have some extra wheat. I have that on me right now. We're gonna start using wheat for animal breeding. I think we're gonna use carrots from now on as our food source, since besides pigs, you really don't have a use for it, and you don't have to worry about cooking it, so I think it's much better. So I want to continue on with our pattern here, so we'll do 3 blocks away, and then we will dig out a little 9x9, or I guess 11x11 for the border area, and then this is where we're going to have our cows. I think that's going to be good. We can also do pigs, sheep, and... yeah, pigs and sheep. I was like, isn't there another one? Nope, that's it. So yeah, we'll have 3 more of these areas here for pigs and sheep, and this one will be for cows, and then we'll have to set up something else for chickens. Yeah, we've been getting a bunch of eggs and stuff, and I know you can set up automatic chicken cookers or automatic egg collectors. Yeah, that's something we're going to want to do. Okay, so let me go ahead and start digging this out. I'm going to frame out another one of these areas, just the same as we're using for our crops over there, but we're going to use this for animals. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I laid out 2 more of these little 11x11 areas where we're going to keep our animals. I put the fence gates in there, and yeah, looks like it extends a little bit beyond where our grass ends here, so I'll probably add some more grass around here, or some dirt. Sun's going down, we should probably sleep. But yeah, I wanted to add another one right here, but we have a little lake that we're going to have to fill in. So I've collected a bunch of dirt since the start of the game. Yeah, I think I'm going to just go ahead and fill this in. I'll probably collect this sand. Yeah, I think I'll remove all the sand, fill all this water in with dirt, and then we'll add our other farm right here. Now, another thing, I marked this off. This is kind of like where we spawned into the game, but I did make a compass before. I think we showed that last episode, and the compass is supposed to point to the spawn point if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, but I've noticed that the compass is pointing like to these blocks right here. I think it's right in the corner of these right here. As I go over there, it kind of goes back and forth. And if I move back, it points this way. So yeah, I think it is right here, this corner, where it says the spawn point is. So it's not this dirt thing. So I might go ahead and remove this. So yeah, I guess it's right next to our stairs. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't think we spawned right here. I'm pretty sure we spawned right next to the water, but that's fine. So this is going to go ahead and be removed. We have a compass that'll tell us where our spawn point is, so we don't really have to worry about keeping that marked. What we can do, let's just go ahead and grab some dirt, start filling this in, and continue working on our project. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to dig out all the sand, like I said, get this filled in, and we'll be right back. And moments later, I have completed the farms. So that's awesome. I did lay out a little bit of dirt, try to make it a little bit natural along this edge so it's not just straight line of dirt on the other side of these oak planks. So yeah, I placed some blocks around here. I guess the last thing to do would be to bone meal it so it looks a little bit more natural, but I went ahead and I did remove a lot of the tall grass from over here anyway, so it just matches. Okay, so I dug these down 2 blocks and I lined it with the oak planks along the bottom too, and I'm letting grass grow because we're gonna have animals down there. Just makes sense that they are on grass, especially sheep. When we get sheep in here, I'm thinking I was gonna make this one the cow farm, and then it makes more sense to have the cows closer to the wheat since cows breed with wheat. Same thing with the sheep, so I think we're gonna do cows, sheep, and then pigs down here since also this is the carrot farm. Makes sense to have the pigs next to the carrots. Okay, so next step is we need a way in and out of these things. We have a fence gate here, and if I drop down there, there's no way for me to jump out, so I have to break a block to do that. So one of the neat things that you can do in Minecraft is make trapdoors. So let's go ahead and do that. That gives us 2. I'm going to need one more, actually. So yeah, we'll have a total of 4 trapdoors. So with trapdoors, you can stick them down here, so like right like that. And whenever you need to jump out, you can just jump up on the trapdoor. Just put it down and jump up. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, would it be better if I put on the lower block or the upper block? That, I don't know. I don't think it really matters because I can jump out either way. Then that folds down. I don't know if animals can jump up on that thing. I don't think they can. You know, let's put on the upper block just to be sure. I don't want to sit here and test this to see if animals can see that, so we'll put it on the bottom side of the upper block. Yeah, and we'll just fold it up when we're done with it. Okay, yep, that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and install these in the other 2 farms. Right there. And finally, the pig pen. Or the soon-to-be pig pen, I should say. Alright, so that is done. We have an extra trap door for something in the future. Right, so next thing I want to do is let's go over and find our cows. Now, when I went exploring in the last episode, we went over this way, and right in these acacia trees, I think this is a plains biome. I'm not sure what biome that is that has the acacia, to be honest. Maybe that's a highlands? Maybe we should hit F3 and find out so I know. But yeah, right over here in this biome, I did see some cows, I think over here. Let's hit F3. What biome is this? Looking, oh, it's savanna. That's what it's called. Okay. So where are the cows? They should be over here somewhere. Ah, there they are. Big group of cows. Yeah, let's try and grab as many as we can, bring them over to our farms, and then we'll have a good starting position for breeding. Alright, so I did bring some wheat with me so we can get their attention. Come on, cow. Yeah, and with these cows, you don't want to go too far or too fast away from them. You don't want to get out of their range of seeing your wheat. They have a tendency, I don't remember when it started, but if you get out of their range, I think I might have gotten out of the range of this one. No, okay, yeah, if you get out of their range, they only like look for wheat every 30 seconds or so. So it's just kind of a big time waster trying to get their attention once again. So yeah, we want to kind of keep them together. Are you guys not able to jump up one block, or what's the deal? Yeah, let's keep them together and bring them on over. Okay, guys, so let me go ahead and do this, and we'll be right back. I don't know, guys. It kind of feels like animals have forgotten how to swim in water, like how to move. These cows are just kind of bobbing up and down. They aren't going towards me. They do see the wheat, but it's like unless another mob bumps them, they're having a hard time swimming. I was able to get 3 other cows through here, but yeah, I've lost a big portion of my herd just because they just don't seem to know how to swim. See, this cow right here, I'm going to sit down. Yeah, it's like he sees me and he's bobbing up and down, but he just does not know how to move through the water. Huh. So that's something that's been changed. I think we're going to have to build like a bridge or something if we're going to try and get these cows across. It looks like he is making it, but very, very slowly. Yeah, that's something that's never been a thing in Minecraft before. Animals have always been able to track through the water. I've also seen it before when there's like mobs in the water, like creepers and skeletons and zombies. They kind of have the same behavior, like they just aren't able to make it through. Huh. But yeah, it looks like this cow is making it very, very slowly. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and get the rest of these cows over to our pen, and we'll be right back. Goodness, getting all these cows over here was a real trek. So yeah, not only do they lose track of you if you walk more than like 5 blocks away from them, yeah, them not swimming through the water, that is a real hassle. So what I ended up doing is just walking behind them and just pushing them through the water. That seems to work all right. Since they can't swim on their own, you can just kind of move them where they need to be. But yeah, now it's time to actually start breeding these cows. Got plenty of wheat here to do that with. Let's go ahead and make some babby cows. Can I not? Okay, I guess I'll just get down here and feed them by hand. Anybody else want some wheat? You want some wheat? Nope, nope, nope. I think everybody is good and get a little bit more experience. Awesome. Okay, so let's get out of here. I do have 1 fence post to replace. They seem to be too wide to fit through 1 fence gate. But yeah, I think we should be pretty good now. So the next step is to get some sheep and some pigs over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll get all of our animals set up here, and I'll be right back. Bunny! Alright guys, so I went ahead and I brought the cows, the sheep, and the pig over to their areas. Bunnies are everywhere. I'm on my way over to this village that we were talking about earlier today. Yeah, I want to go ahead and fence it off and prevent outside enemies, monsters, zombies, whatever from getting inside of it. We want to keep these villagers around. We don't want them turning into zombies and then despawning later or whatever. Yeah, we want to keep the villagers. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and get this all protected, especially since our skeleton grinder farm is somewhere around here. And it's going to be keeping these guys loaded and allowing monsters to spawn on the surface, especially at nighttime. So I went ahead and I made myself a bunch of fence posts. We're just going to go ahead and do like a fence border all the way around. We're going to light it up. I brought a decent amount of torches. We might need more than that. I don't know. But yeah, currently what I'm doing while we are doing this is allowing our animals over in those spawn chunks to grow up and be ready to be bred again. We definitely need a lot of cows. So that's the most of what are the animals that we have right now. There are a lot of pigs and chickens and stuff like that around here. Now, I did not set up a chicken farm simply because we can collect eggs whenever and then start our own chicken farm from that, whenever we want to. Cows, pigs, and sheep, not as easy to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going. I'm probably going to need more fence posts than this to get the entire village completely enclosed. Yep, let's go ahead and get these laid out. So I want to try and do this in some kind of an ordered way. So the farms kind of extend over here. Do I want the farms included? I guess I probably should. We should just like do the entire thing, kind of square it off. All right, so let's continue on here. I don't want these blocks right next to the fences because that'll just screw things up. How far do we need to go? Oh, pretty far. About right here. All right, so that's their fence line down that way. Let's go ahead and get this all broken out over here just so we know. I guess they don't have to be flat on the ground, but, or I mean, yeah, they can go up hills and stuff, but you don't want them right next to this because monsters will obviously be able to walk right over that, and that kind of defeats the purpose of putting up the fence. So I kind of need to bring the terrain back a little bit, and yeah, I think we should be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and get the rest of these laid out. Yeah, and if I have them on the inside right here, villagers walk over here, they can walk outside the fence and not be able to get back in. So I do need to do a little bit of terrain modification here. Okay, we'll do, I guess that should be fine. Was that sheep there the whole time? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so let me go ahead and start laying out this fence post here. Did that oh no, he's on the outside. I thought did that sheep just get through the fence? How did that work? Yeah, let me go ahead and lay out the rest of these fences here. We will start laying out torches and things like that, securing the entire perimeter of our village and prevent it from being infested with zombies. See you in a bit, guys. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I laid out fence posts all the way around the border. I did run out and I had to chop down a few more trees. Got some oak from over here in their little foresty area. But yeah, we went ahead and we now have a complete border around our village. So I also made sure that blocks on the outside of the fence are at least 2 blocks away so mobs can't jump over. I don't know if they can or cannot or whatever, but we definitely don't want them being able to jump over the fence and into the village. And I've also made sure any blocks on the inside of the fence that are next to or at the same level of the fence are like 2 blocks away so they're not connecting. So villagers can't jump out and then get trapped outside. So yeah, I made some pretty good progress around here doing that. I think the village is pretty much safe as far as like outside enemies coming in. Now the only thing we gotta worry about is enemies spawning inside the village. So the next step is to spam torches everywhere. Or we could, you know, trap the villagers inside the houses and light those up and just block off the entrances. But I kind of like seeing the villagers walking around and stuff. So next step, yep, we're going to spam torches. I got a stack and a half or so. Let me go ahead and start doing that and we'll be right back. Okay, so that took about 3.5 stacks of torches, but I think I finally got the whole village lit up. We won't have to worry about mobs spawning inside the fenced-in area, although it does kind of look bad. I don't really like all of these torches around. Eventually, we'll probably get to a point where we will have glowstone and redstone abundance, and yeah, we'll probably upgrade all of this to the redstone lamps or other sources of light. Other sources of light besides torches. But for now, this is going to work. It's going to allow us to AFK over at our skeleton grinder and not worry about zombies spawning and killing all of our villagers. Now, I'm pretty sure almost every spot that could be lit is lit now. There might be some small spots between buildings and things that I have missed. Maybe I should put a torch there. I don't know. There's no way to really tell the light level other than hitting F3 and walking on every single block. Yeah, that's one thing I really don't want to do. Oh, you know another thing? I didn't go through every single house. Yeah, that's something we should do. I didn't go through every single house and see if there's a torch. Yeah, that's definitely worth doing. I did notice that some of these doors have been broken down, so I assume that's from zombies spawning when we were here before at the skeleton grinder. There's probably a torch up here. And torch already in this one. Okay, very good. What about these 2 little guys? Okay, you put a torch there and... Oh, there's already a torch here. Let's put one on the roof. Pink. Awesome. Okay, so I am 99% sure that this village is secured and we won't have to worry about the safety of these guys for being attacked by zombies. Alright, so next thing, let's go ahead and start working on getting enchants going. I've bred the cows up a couple of times off camera now, so we got a decent amount of them. Unfortunately, we don't have looting on a sword, so we can't get multiple drops, but I do believe the cows now drop 2 leather per cow, maybe? That might be wrong. Maybe it has to do with fortune that they'll drop more than 1. But anyway, let's go ahead, start getting some leather. We can go ahead and make our books, make our enchantment table, and all of that stuff. I think that's going to be awesome. Hopefully, our very first enchant will be something worthwhile. Give me that egg. Oh, yeah, so many eggs around here. It's like there's chickens everywhere, and they're kind of in the spawn chunks. But since I'm not close to them, they can't move, but yet they still make eggs. So every time I walk by these guys, there's always eggs around. So I've just been collecting them on my treks back and forth. Ah, here's a cow. How many leather do you drop? Here. You drop 2 beef and no leather. Ah. I was thinking that the cows always dropped a leather. I guess that's not the case. Okay, very good. It might be worth it for me to breed the cows up even more. I'm not exactly sure how many we have over here. Let's go take a look real quick. It should be a decent amount, though. How many cows do we have now? Yeah, we got a decent amount. Yeah, we got some baby cows in there still. I'm going to try and breed these guys. Yeah, I want to make sure we have enough so we can do this the first time. And we're not waiting on baby cows to be grown up and stuff. But yeah, let me go ahead and sleep. Go ahead and breed the cows, make some books, and we'll be back, guys. Alright, so I was able to collect enough leather to make all the books that we needed for 15 bookshelves. I know somebody had mentioned in the comments that I should get the bookshelves from the village. Well, I looked in both villages. In fact, I just got back from doing that, and neither one of them had bookshelves in it. I know that sometimes you can find villager houses that do have bookshelves, but neither one of these villages did. So we couldn't do that. Okay, so we have our bookshelves. We need to make our enchantment table. So we already have the obsidian, we have a book, and we have 2 diamonds. There we go, enchantment table, awesome. So next step is to put this somewhere where we can enchant. So it makes the most sense to me that we put this next to where we're going to be collecting experience points down here by our skeleton farm. Okay, so let's get over here. We're going to have to clear out a little bit of room. Why do I have spider eyes in my number 1 slot? That was kind of weird. Yeah, we're going to have to clear out a little bit of room down here. For our enchanting area. I think we're only going to want to do level 30s, and I just realized that we can't do enchanting because we are going to need lapis lazuli. That's one of the changes, if you guys didn't know, in 1.8 and all the snapshots, that you do need lapis lazuli to unlock the different tiers of enchanting on the enchantment table. So I should grab all of our lapis that we have up here. 8 blocks plus 1, and let's grab a chest as well. Okay, I think that should be all we need. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any extra diamonds at this point. I would absolutely love to start making diamond tools and enchanting, but we can't do that. So we're going to have to make do with what we have. I'm thinking I'm going to put an enchant on my sword and my axe if we can. Shovel has seen better days. I've been doing a lot of digging today. And the bow definitely can use an enchantment on it as well. So, not expecting the best enchantments possible, but hopefully we can get something good going on here. Now, where are we going to put the enchantment table? We can't stick it on this side because this is where the spawner is. We could probably stick it in the floor right here if we wanted to do that. I mean, I guess that could be alright. Let's see. Let's dig out some of this stuff. So if we had the enchanting here, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'd have to come over 1 block on this side. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work well or not. But yeah, I think we could have the books right here. I guess we'd be walking in on part of the books. Yeah, this is probably not the best setup, but you know, this whole thing isn't the best either. This is more of a starting experience farm and all of that stuff. I think we'll just do this anyway. We have a little bit of room here. Okay, so we need 15 bookshelves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. We need the enchantment table in the center. Right like that. And we can do something like that, and I guess we'll place a block right here. Yeah, I guess that works. It's not perfect, but it will allow us to enchant. Okay, so for our first enchant, let's go ahead and get a little bit more lapis going on here. Whoops. Okay, so what do we want to enchant first? Let's try the sword. It says Unbreaking 3. Unbreaking on a diamond sword is not bad, but I really would like looting. It's possible we can get looting with that. What does the bow say? Punch. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of punch. The diamond. Ooh, the diamond axe has fortune 2 on it, but that's not really going to help us much. You know what? Let's do the unbreaking on the sword. And we got to put in 3 of that. There we go. Just unbreaking 3. That's too bad. At least the sword will last for a pretty long time. Alright, so we still have over 30 levels. We're at 31, so we can still do another level 30 enchant. So let's do this. Let's see, what do we got for the axe this time. Silk Touch. And what about this? Unbreaking 3 on a bow. You know what? Let's try it. Punch, Flame, Unbreaking 3. That's not terrible. Yeah, Silk Touch I guess could have been okay. But honestly, Silk Touch on an axe isn't... I find that to be kind of a pain sometimes because you'll end up breaking leaves and you'll have leaves in your inventory. And yeah, I've just never been a big fan of that. If I want leaves, I'll get shears, you know? Okay, we got some golden leggings. How are we doing here? I guess I can combine those and have a little bit better golden leggings. Okay, nice. So we need to kill a few more skeletons, get back to level 30, and then we can do another enchant. I do like how all of this enchantment stuff has been changed so you don't waste all 30 levels. That's one thing I've always disliked about enchanting in Minecraft, is it just felt like it took forever to get your enchanting done because you always had to get so many levels when you're enchanting. Okay, so there's one skeleton. Maybe you need one more. You gonna give me level 30? Just before level 30. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now what can we do for the axe? Efficiency 4, I'm taking it. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. That is perfect for a diamond axe. I like it. So I'm curious now. Oh, we could get Silk Touch on a shovel, but then we'd have to repair it, which I think is fine because you can repair a diamond shovel with another diamond shovel. Huh. What about for a pick? Ooh, Silk Touch pick. I really want to see fortune on a pick. I guess I should have been doing that the entire time as well, trying to get fortune for that. So I tell you guys what, let me go ahead and punch a few more skeletons here, get our experience going, enchant a few more things, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've been doing a little bit of enchanting here. I did get an efficiency 4 Silk Touch 1 pickaxe, and we've seen everything else that I got, but I'm noticing right now on the enchantment table when I put an iron pickaxe in here, it is showing fortune 3, so this is what we're going to do next. This is going to get us to the next level for mining. So let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully we'll get Unbreaking with it too. Oh, that is so good. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3. You can't ask for a better pick than that. That is awesome. Okay, very good. So I think we're pretty much enchanted on everything except for our armor. So I guess we could take a look at a piece of armor in here and see what this is going to get. That says Unbreaking 3. I'm pretty sure all the different pieces of armor, legs, chest, whatever, will all say the same thing. Oh, nope, that says Blast Protection 4. I am absolutely wrong. So we're getting Unbreaking 3 in a bunch of these pieces. It might be worthwhile to get these enchanted too. So, we don't exactly have a whole bunch of lapis. We are kind of running low on it. I think for now that we have both Fortune and Silk Touch, I think we're in a much better spot for collecting resources. So I think the next step is definitely going to be either doing a bit more branch mining or going out and finding a cave or whatever. But either way, as soon as we find diamonds, we are going to start getting a whole lot of excess. Be able to make diamond armor and fix our diamond tools and all of that stuff. We're also getting a decent supply of bones and arrows right now, so and bows for that matter too. So any crops we need, trees we need, we should be able to grow them without any issues at all. There we go. There's another fully prepared bow. That's awesome. Okay, guys. Well, I tell you what. I got a lot of stuff to do. Got some stuff to fortune. Ooh, lapis right here. Let's try it out right now with our fortune pickaxe. Oh, give me all of that lapis. Ooh, that's so good. So good. Look at that. So much lapis right there from that little bit. All right, guys. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time.